Hi everyone, my name is Charlie, and today I'm going to be giving you a writing update. Do you like the background? I just had this idea today. It's been awake an hour and doing this. Creative minds. So this happened. My notebook, the brilliant A4 notebook I've been using all year, is finally full. It completely fell apart, disintegrated. It's got other pages shoved in here from where I've had ideas and needed to note them down, and now it's some really floppy mess. So we're using the green notebook. I've been using this nearly a week now. Well, since last Wednesday. We've been using this book 6 days and we've already filled 40 pages. And I'm bragging because earlier this year, if you follow this channel, you will have seen a very glum video from Charlie in which he detailed how he was giving up on writing, making him sad, and there's a load of shit going on in his life, and he thought, no, I'm not going to write anymore, so he didn't write for like 2 months or more because I can't really remember. Now, I stopped writing in January, didn't write for the entirety of February, and I think in March I finally picked up a pen again, but didn't really write much. And it's been very slow going. This is our Doris. You might have heard of her before. I did record the first half of the novel and upload it to YouTube last Christmas. And our Doris follows Mrs. Doris Copeland of Shakespeare Avenue as she tries to gain the part of Fifth House in the Partridge Mews Garden Safari, and it's all told in this lovely voice. Her husband, Harold, who, through no fault of his own, has ended up married to Doris for the last 54 years. And this book talks about all the characters, is inspired by Alan Bennett, Victoria Wood, and all of my comedic heroes, and exists. So, since I ended up not writing the sequel for a very long time and had the idea that I'd be able to finish it last November, I was disappointed by January, and I never actually thought that I would be reaching this part where I could say I am halfway through the book. Because I didn't actually anticipate being able to say that I'd reached the halfway point. Each monologue in the second book, I have been so incredibly crippled by self-doubt. So much so that it has stopped me writing at points, and I've gone on, written a poem and then come back to it, or realised how long it's been since I actually wrote the book and come back and written. And then there was just... I looked at how many words I'd actually got down, and halfway through book 2, I'm at nearly the end of the first book, and so I can't be here saying to myself, you're not doing as good a job as you did, because the fact of the matter is that I was probably at this point of writing the first book, but then I could see the finish line, and now I'm only just beginning to see the finish line because I'm halfway through it. Although the book is nowhere near complete, and it could probably take another 10 months, which will just completely throw out all of my ideas and deadlines, but we know that I am no good with deadlines, so we don't set them anymore. Did a video called On Deadlines, go and watch it. Link down below. Probably. I don't do technology. So, yeah, so I finished writing the Halloween monologue on Sunday, and I went straight into writing the next one, which is only in its early stages. I probably have another 5,000 words to go. But each of these monologues has gained more words, and I don't know whether it's because with this book I'm doing anything differently, but I do feel completely different than I did with the first book. I don't work well with stress or sadness. I'm one of these people who just, any sort of emotional thing, and I'm like, right, well, that's all I can focus on at the moment. And I just can't pull myself away from being this really stupid person who's ruled by his emotions. Like, thank you. Could have been born a fucking robot or some shit. So, Doris, when I was writing this book, Lord, I was happy. But yes, again, with this book, I'm writing it from an entirely different place, so I don't feel like the comedy's the same. I'm putting things in that in the first book I was wary to put in, because throughout the entire writing of the first book I was thinking about the audience. And yeah, 5 people, at least 5 people have really enjoyed this book. One of them is my mother. And I've got 2 people reading the second book who keep saying the humour's different, but it's still good. And I'm there like, good, it's great. Because I decided to put in stuff that I thought the audience would hate with the first book. So, you know, everyone could really hate this book, and I can never be invited back to Alsatia Library. And you know what I'll say to that? I'll say that I'll just busk on the streets. I'll just go out there. I will stand on street corners. I will stand somewhere on the street and I will peddle my wares. Not these wares, because, well, nobody wants these wares. With the writing of the 5th monologue, with the Halloween monologue, there was just this switch where I was just like, I'm actually really enjoying this book and I'm liking what I'm talking about. I just realised that I could write what I like, because I'm not really supposed to be writing for any of you, supposed to be writing for me. And it took me a very long time to realise that. I am going to be very happy with this book whenever it's finished. And I'm going to be happy with the characters' journeys and their trajectories and everything they do. And if I'm not, there's always cocaine. I've also reached the point in writing where I'm not reading as much anymore, which is perfectly fine. I finally started reading The Trouble with Goats and Sheep by Joanna Cannon, and the writing in this is really good, but it also has this incredibly British voice that I am trying to recreate in Our Doris as well. I mean, I'm probably failing, but you know, I've sold 300 copies. Joanna Cannon's doing interviews in Waterstones. I go to markets and don't sell a single copy. Joanna Cannon sold thousands. Who's the more successful here, really? Yeah, you know, we're talking about numbers. No contest! Really. Yeah, so I'm just finding it difficult to go into any other books because I'm like, well, you know, Harold's talking here in my head because, you know, just being a writer is basically creative schizophrenia, and you don't sleep. Sometimes you write for 11 hours and you realise you ate nothing today. And in my case, writing 40,000 words longhand is an incredibly difficult task. Like, seriously, these joints are hypermobile. I ain't sure what they're doing anymore. Do you know, I'm just so at ease at the moment. It is completely amazing and brilliant, and I'm just enjoying feeling happy at the moment, because who knows when it might disappear and I might dwindle into the doldrums of depression and insanity, and then all I'll be able to read is fucking Virginia Woolf. Or that other one. What's the name? With the face. Sylvia Plath. That Sylvia Plath, people like her. Not gonna touch on that. People like her. You're all welcome to your own opinions, but I had to study her at A level, and if I ever heard about the bell jar again, I'll just I won't say anything because I really don't care that much. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about my writing at all, then please ask them down below. I'm trying to make friends here. And until next time, that is all.